So during Trump's first presidency, the Democrats did everything in their power to stop him from accomplishing anything. They threw everything they could at him. Then Hillary decided to pay money, her own money, an actual crime that she should have been prosecuted for. She went through a third party to pay money for paperwork to investigate Trump under false pretense. Yet Trump was the one that got charged with paperwork fraud instead of Hillary. Although Hillary was the one that actually committed the crime, and then they made up stuff about Trump that I don't understand. I mean, you can't make this shit up. The way that they went after Trump for all these years, and he still didn't give up. The judges and DAs ran on putting him in jail, even though there was no crime at the time at all, no crime heard of. They promised that they would find a crime and throw him in jail. And they won based on that because of the Trump haters. Then they did make up crimes. They used Hillary's paid for dossier and made up crimes. The statute of limitation was over for the bookkeeping error. So they decided, it's okay that the statute of limitation is over. We'll create a new crime. So they took it and said that you can find him guilty based on the fact that he's hiding another crime. I mean, look this stuff up and try to understand what the crime actually is. It was a bookkeeping error by the person who kept his books, that they put down the amount of money that they paid for a non-disclosure agreement as a different amount or something, it makes zero sense, okay? So it was a bookkeeping error that was not even a crime, but they took it and used it to prosecute him for felonies only so that they can say that he's a felon. Because they knew that people are this dumb that they'll be like, oh, he's a felon now. I don't have to read the case. I don't have to go into anything. The media says he's a felon, so he's a felon. And that is what people run to as soon as you say you voted for Trump. You voted for a felon? Yeah, because they didn't look it up. They didn't read the case transcripts. They have no clue what the crime is. Oh, well, he paid Stormy Daniels or whoever. Yeah, NDAs are not against the law. And every person comes forward and begs for money, and you just pay them off because it's easier than going to court. Even though majority of them are just digging for money. Of course, there are Hollywood people that are guilty of things, and they eventually might get caught or not. Trump's not guilty of anything. He didn't do anything. Then they also say that they know the Democrats are smart. The ones at the top, the elites, the rich Democrats that made money off taxpayer dollars, they're smart enough to know that if they say it enough, the stupid, woke people will believe them. So their whole plan to not get Trump elected was to make up lies, say them enough so that people would believe them. And it 100% worked for 50% of the country. 50% of the country is yelling at you, you're voting for a rapist and a felon. He didn't rape anyone. There's no proof, zero proof of him raping anyone. And they'll say, well, he was prosecuted in a court of law. No, he wasn't. There's a huge difference between a criminal court and a court that does not have any preponderance of evidence rule. You don't have to prove anything to just pay someone money. But people don't look into this, and it worked. 50% of our country actually believe that he is guilty of felony charges and raped someone. Okay? There's even people saying that he raped children and all these things. They made this shit up, but they knew that people are dumb enough to believe it. And it actually worked. Yet the Republicans stand by and try to do things on the up and up and try to win an election based on fact, which nowadays trying to win based on facts is like, it's unheard of because people don't care about facts anymore. They threw everything at Trump to get him to lose. They lied about him and made people believe it. They said they took him to court. They confiscated his money, which they had to give back because it was found that they couldn't do that. That was against the law. They took his money. They took his businesses. They made it so that he couldn't practice business in certain areas, certain states. I mean, they did everything to this man, including shooting him twice. 2 assassination attempts. One where he was actually shot, and the other one was thwarted. They didn't succeed. This is what they went through to get him to not be elected, and Trump didn't give up. He did not give up, and that is the reason that 50% of America, more than 50% of America, voted for him, because we saw that this man went through hell and back and did not give up on us. He saw that there is a huge need to help this country get back on track. And we saw the truth. Those of us that saw the truth and actually went through the transcripts and read things and found out that everything they said about him was a lie, we voted for him. Because we want freedom. Because we don't want to be losing our jobs because we decided to go with our health instead of listening to the president at the time, Biden. Because Biden, not only does he have dementia, he's not a doctor. He can't tell us to stick a shot in our arm. Yet he did, and he fired us for not doing it. This is another reason we voted for Trump. The Dems just decided that they don't want to be found out. I can't wait until he finds the secrets of all of the woke assholes that are in Congress right now. I cannot wait until he takes them out, fires them all, and finds what they're doing and brings it to light. I can't wait until we can actually have freedom again. Freedom of speech we have not had in years. We have been censored on every social media network. The media has taken over and only put forth stories that the left allowed. They take down anything that shows facts against them because, as I said, facts do not matter. And then Hunter's laptop, the media kept saying it's fake, even though the FBI had already, and the FBI said that it was fake, even after there's proof that the FBI knew that laptop was real. And then they used that laptop to prosecute Hunter. And Biden, his dad, all the time said, "Oh no, I will never pardon my son." And guess what? Not only did he pardon his son for the crime that he was prosecuted for, but also for all crimes back to 2014, which is a little suspicious. That means you know that he committed crimes back to 2014. There's a specific date. And if you give a specific date, you know those crimes were committed. Why did he do that? Because he doesn't want to be found out. Joe Biden does not want to be found out. And if they investigate the son for all of these crimes, Biden's crimes will come to light too. It's such a mess. I am thrilled that we actually got Trump in office and that we got some good Congress people in office so we can get back to freedom, get back to America first, get back to supporting the victims instead of the criminals, stop the rape and violence and crimes that have skyrocketed since Biden took office because of the open border. I am so thrilled that we can finally try to get our country back on track. It's going to take over a decade, but we can do this. Remember, anything that they say the right is doing, they are actually doing. That has been true for every single thing they have said. They have preached violence and called for violence against conservatives from day one. And guess what? We came out ahead because we run clean campaigns and because we tell the truth. We fight for freedom, and we love this country. Thank God Trump is in office once again. Stay well, stay free.